Now, here's your host, Paul Blair.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to the Bob Simmons Show. Well, 15 seniors made their final home appearance at Lewis Field on Saturday afternoon as the Cowboys played host to the 15th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. And with me, of course, each and every week, the head coach of Oklahoma State Cowboy football, Bob Simmons. And, Coach, like a different version of the same song, another great effort against a highly ranked football team, but we fell just a little bit short.
Yeah, Paul, it was a great effort. I just want to really thank the fans for coming out, really showing the seniors how much they appreciate their support. 36,600 fans. It really was a great contribute to them, and I thought the football team played hard, but one of the things that we came up short is that we made a lot of mistakes, and those mistakes cost us in the end.
Well, it was a noisy crowd and a beautiful day, and we'll be back to take a look at the first half highlights right after this timeout. Welcome back to the Bob Simmons Show. Well, it was senior day at Oklahoma State as 15 seniors took the field for their final appearance at Lewis Field, and a great home crowd. Over almost 37,000 faithful showed up, and Coach, it didn't take long for the action to heat up here as we pick up the highlights here. OSU on their second possession of the game.
No, Paul, it was a great day, and really our offense had a nice game plan, and we started off with the three-step to Alonzo Mays. We're trying to take advantage of their personnel. He had an exceptional ball game, and we really were balanced in terms of running and throwing. You see here we go back to Alonzo, which is one of his 8 to 10 catches that he had. Tony makes a nice read on the linebacker, and Alonzo makes a nice route, and he catches it. As big as he is, he's a hard guy to bring down.
Thad Warren made the tackle there. I don't know if he'd like to do that again as he took a crushing shot by Mays, and here Jones incomplete to Mays.
I tell you what, this is off our boot and off our waggle stuff, and Alonzo really was wide open where Jones just really overthrew him a little bit. But we come back with our passing game, and we come back to R.W. McQuarters out of the backfield, and he made a nice catch coming over the middle. Nice read. We had 2 backs in the back swinging. We had David Thompson and Andre in the ball game, and that helped us throw this route in terms of coming over to the middle. Now we go back inside, running David on our ISO play. And you see he gets a nice crease, a nice block by the big fullback. Jeff does a nice job. Real nice cut here, covers the ball up. That's more important, ball security. And now we're on about the 1 foot line, and then we try to take it in. Matter of fact, this is a great fake to David and throw to Alonzo for the touchdown.
Oh, outstanding play-action fake. Grenier and David carrying out the fake. We'll see here on the instant replay. And, of course, Alonzo Mays wide open in the end zone.
And that was a nice play fake where David does a nice job of diving over the end zone, and then Alonzo comes wide open. And then our kicking game with Lawson Vine has really been steady for the most part all year long.
Well, a 10-play, 58-yard drive put the Cowboys up 7-0. Now Kansas taking over after the kickoff.
Well, we see back on the defense, our guys are really playing hard, but the one thing that we're not doing here, we're out of position, and we're really not wrapping up like we should do on defense. Kansas has got a real nice running game. We got to be much stronger at the point of attack, and this is a nice play on their part, going to their tight end. They showed this early in the week, and we didn't have that covered. But they move the ball down the field, and which is a concern of mine, that our defense really steps up. But we got a lot of guys around the ball, but what we're not doing to get them stopped. They just crease us here. Their tailbacks, L.T. Levine, are excellent backs, and they're having success running the sweep. And now we got to find a way to really come up and get ourselves off the field and make a good play. This is just a sweep off-tackle play where R.W. slows them down. I think that's Alamu Bailey, who really had an exceptional game for us this game, made the tackle there, and this is an athletic play by their quarterback, just a quarterback draw. They caught us in a blitz. We got to redirect in this case. Now we end up playing man coverages, and he make a nice throw to Ashante Smith for the touchdown.
Well, Kansas does answer with an 11-play, 71-yard touchdown drive of their own, but Oklahoma State here taking over late in the first quarter at their own 20-yard line.
Right. You know, the key for us now is really get our offense back on the field and really try to answer their score. Here we come with an option play, and this is a nice late pitch to David Thompson, and what we're trying to do now is answer that score. It's 7-7, and This is a third down play where David makes a nice cut-off tackle to get the first down, to keep the drive alive. And our offense, for the most part, is really controlling. We go back to Alonzo, who's on a smaller guy. He makes a nice catch. We come back with the three-step, and this would have been a great catch if he'd thrown over the inside shoulder. But we're doing some good things in our running and passing game. We're keeping them off balance. We throw, we pass, and now we come back to the option play. Nice pitch here, and I think that's Andre. He's got to put that ball away. The one thing that we talked about before the game is ball security and not having turnovers, and this was really costly early in the ball game. Our defense come back and really on the first down do a nice job of stuffing them and making this is a nice job of Green with a sack. And so this series, that defense is really starting to play consistent football. They were very inconsistent throughout the ball game, but this is a nice job of him making the play and helping us get off the field.
Well, we've got them right where we want them in 3rd and 21 situation. Coach, that's something you preached on all year.
That's scary. It's 3rd and 17. We talk about this, and we talk about our zone drops, and here we got one guy that's out of his zone, and it's disheartening when you work to get in that situation. They complete the 3rd and 17. Now they keep their drive alive. Then now they're moving down for a potential score, which doesn't happen. But when that happens, we got to find a way to come up with somebody's got to step up and make the play. You can see they're actually driving the ball on us here, and their quarterback is athletic, and if you give him a yard, he'll take a mile, and he gets them down into a short yardage situation. They go back to their offense in terms of running the inside zone. We just got to find a way to make plays, and this is just their belly plays. LT Levine is a good back. He's running hard. We're missing tackles. And now we come up with a big play. Somebody steps up. We strip the ball here, and we start off on the 1-yard line. But at least we kept him out of the end zone.
Well, on the replay, as we'll see right here, it appears that Stone and Fisher set him up and stripped the football away, and I believe Lorenzo Grain comes up with a loose ball. So Kansas had a nice drive, but Oklahoma State defense winds up holding, coming up with a big turnover there inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was key. Now, the most important thing for our offense now is to make first downs, and we start off on a 1-yard line here, and we have to move this ball out where we get we're out in some room where we can operate our offense. But you see they do a nice job of containing us. We go with a pitch sweep on the 3rd down, and we don't make it. Now it puts us in an obvious kicking situation. And for the first time, like Greg Ivey says, he's never dropped that ball before. But that's the kicking game. We talk about special teams being a big part in this ball game, and it did. They get a safety. They get the ball back. We come out. This is a nice play by L.A. knocking the ball down, getting back into a 3rd down situation here. Here's a scramble. You'll find that this is R.W. McCorders who comes up with a big play defensively. And now we have the momentum back on offense.
Well, after an exchange of punts, the Cowboys have the ball again here late in the first half. And incidentally, after that safety, momentum in Kansas' favor. The defense came out big right there.
They found a way to step up. Here we're really trying to throw a fade route to Alonzo, but that ball's got to be thrown further. He's a big 6'5" guy. You want to throw it over his outside shoulder. And Tony made some good throws. This is a great throw and catch by Alonzo. This is actually just before the half. It's 3rd and 17, and he gets 17 yards. We come back and throw a hook route to Terrence Richardson, who makes a nice catch. So our offense is back in sync. We come back with the sweep. This is a nice job. We got to get out of bounds here. He's got to understand when we don't have timeouts, you got to get out of bounds. This is a nice hook and go. And a nice catch up the seam by Terrence, puts us down into 20 with time running out. Real nice throw by Tony and real nice catch by Terrence Richardson.
Well, Terrence had 2 receptions for 37 yards on the day, and this gives Oklahoma State the ball at the Kansas 21-yard line.
And we do a good thing. This is R.W. McCorders does a nice job of getting into the seam area, the void area on a inside route by a good throw by Tony here. And again, he's got to put that ball away. We're at the 2-yard line with about 13 seconds, and what we're trying to do here is we're trying to clock the ball. And Tony and our center quarterback exchange didn't go right. He fumbles it, and then the clock ends up. Here it is. Here's the clock situation. No, it's not the clock situation. Yeah, the clock did run out. He actually fumbled the ball on the snap, and when he fell on it, that just killed the time.
So it was a correct call by the
that was a correct call. he should have been a lot more patient and let the official step away from the ball, and we took the snap and clocked it, and therefore would have had 3 points.
Well, a 9-7 ball game at half, and there's lots of excitement left in the second half action. Come back and join us right after this timeout.
World Color.
Welcome back to the Bob Simmons Show. Well, Coach, 9-7 game at halftime, and statistically, Oklahoma State had the edge. What was the mood in the locker room?
Well, the mood in the locker room was I was in cinch. I was in the rage, only because I thought that we were a better football team, but we didn't play that way. We made too many mistakes, and really encouraged our players to come out and really play a better half. I encouraged the defense. I wanted the defense to come out and go 3 and out, and here, unfortunately, we didn't. Kansas came out and moved the ball right down the field on us and really took the momentum away from us. It was very important that our defense played well, but we were playing a good offensive football team. And it really boiled down to execution. You can see guys here are missing tackles. We're out of position. That's what happens when you're out of position, when you don't play fundamental football. And this kid, it makes a good play. You see one guy tackles him. There's about 3 or 4 guys, and he drags people rather than us really knocking a guy back here. And they're doing it they're just knocking us off the ball here, and we're not ready to play coming out, and that's not a sign of a good defense. They take the ball right down and for a score, and now what we got to do is really step up on offense and answer and try to get the momentum back. And I think that's just this is a nice throw, and had Alonzo stayed up on this, he'd be running a little bit further, but it's good, a nice throw and catch. This is David running very hard again, and it's very important that we try to answer that score. Our offense does a good job. This is a nice throw and catch again. Alonzo, they try to cover him with a linebacker. They can't do it. That's about a 20-yard gain. This is a nice read and just a short pop, nice throw, but with Tony. And so our offense is really having a success throwing the football.
Well, 3rd and 6 there, and Mays hooks up with Jones for a 20-yard completion, giving OSU a first down at the KU 42.
This is one of Andre's real nice run, and he didn't cut this play back. He stayed front side, and he went north and south, and he's an excellent player when he does that.
Now, Coach, on this next play, a fortunate play, but an unfortunate play at the same time, a completion to Luck here inside the 5.
Completion to Luck, and fortunately they were offsides because they've been stripping the ball. You can see that hand go out, and he comes over the top, and our guys got to be smarter than that. Just when a guy passes you up, you better put that ball away. That indeed was a fumble, but it worked out where they were offsides, and we had another down, and we come back again with a naked pass to Alonzo for a touchdown. And now we've gained some momentum back for our offense and for our defense.
Well, that was a critical point in the game. OSU down 16-7. It's important that the offense answers, and they go 6 plays, 80 yards, in 3 minutes and 23 seconds to
real nice
16-14 game.
Yeah. Now we're back in that ball game. It's very important that we establish something on defense, that we go out and really try to take the momentum away from their offense.
This is a few plays into the Kansas drive after the kickoff, taking over at their own 43.
And that was a good. This is a nice throw by their quarterback, and we're in zone coverage. We do a nice job here. One of our jobs of really trying to corral their fullback, L.T. Levine here. We got 3 and 4 guys around the ball, and that's how you play defense. That's how you stop a good offensive team.
A new face in here, Coach. Billy Encius, first time we've seen him. He comes up with a big play again here in a minute.
Comes up with a big play. This is a 3rd and
6 right
6,
there.
and they come up with a 4th and 1 situation. This actually is a big down for us. We got to get them stopped here, and they run a zone play. This is a nice play by, I think it's Billy Encius. They did a nice job. Him and I think L.A. But that's what's got to happen. Real nice tackle at the point of attack. And now we take the ball over with good field position.
Well, Oklahoma State takes over first down at their own 42-yard line. David Thompson up the middle for 6.
Again, our offense, Billy had success all day running and throwing the ball. This is just a nice hitch pass. I think he probably gained about 80 yards just hooking up in front of that little corner. But he played exceptional. This is a nice throw again, back to Alonzo. I think they said he had 10 catches.
10 catches, 125 yards.
It took the whole team to bring him down. But Alonzo played one of his better ball games. This is a 3rd down. where Andre comes in and gets us the first down. We keep that drive alive here. We go back to Andre, and he's running hard right now. And we feel very confident about what we're doing on offense, that we can score. He's throwing a 7 route to Woolley, which he overthrew it. But again, here's David. David's running hard. He gets us down to making it a 4th and 1, and we make a decision to go for it because it was really 4th and inches, and the touchdown was very important to us. And we come up with the first down. Now what we're doing is I think the quarter changes here. We start at one end at 1st and 10. We're in position to really go up, but this is a really good effort by Andre. Stand up and get as many yards as he can. We have the momentum. This is an option play where we actually missed the one block here, and we come up short. We go to a pass. We should have thrown to the outside receiver, not the inside receiver. But we have to settle for a field goal here, and now we're leading this ball game 17-16. And now is the time where the defense has got to step up and take charge of this ball game.
A 13-play, 50-yard drive. Lawson Vaughn 25-yard field goal was good, so Oklahoma State 17-16, but Kansas gets started right off the bat with Henley.
Come back. We're in position, and guys are trying to make plays, and they're out of position rather than playing their techniques. And that was the story that whole ball game. Not playing within the framework and not being around the ball, and just trying to make individual plays instead of making team plays. But our defense is really trying to hold up right here. This is a nice play, but we missed the tackle. We got to be able to make tackles and wrap up, and that's what we wasn't doing yesterday. This is a nice throw and catch. People are chasing guys in their routes, and they come up with 4th and short, and they go for it, and then they come back with a zone play. This is a nice, one of Alamu Bailey's really nice aggressive tackles. He was really playing an exceptional ball game.
Alamu Bailey, of course, the senior, had 8 tackles yesterday, 2 tackles for loss, and this being one of them. Fine effort. Well, that puts us in a 2nd and 11 situation, and Mark Williams goes up top for 14 yards.
He goes up for 14 yards. He has a quarterback draw, and the disheartening thing about that is, like, we didn't know that, and we should have, because that's one of their favorite formations, that they run the quarterback draw out, and then they just run a naked boot. The defense should know what's going on at that point in time, and now what we got to do is really get a drive going and really try to answer their score with another score, and our offense comes back out, and you see we do a nice job of running the football. This is a nice effort by David. I think he had 107 yards, and we're very confident about what we're doing. We're running inside, we're running outside. This is a nice naked play here. This would have been a nice catch, but I think he tried to run with it before he caught it. But it was a great effort by Alonzo doing that day. We come back, we run an inside play, and David does a nice job of getting the first down here. And it's really 1st and 10. We're on the 20-yard line. We look like we're going to go in and answer their score here. And this is Andre. He comes in and run inside. We give the ball back to Andre, and we don't get the corner block who makes the tackle. Now it's 4th and 4, and at that point in time, I make a decision to go for it, and they come with a blitz. Actually, before they blitz, Alonzo May was wide open. We just couldn't get him the ball. So it's important now for us to go 3 and out. We got him pinned down here. There's plenty of time to get the ball back. Our defense does a real good job of getting him in 3rd down, stiffening him up, forcing him to make a bad throw here. And now we got an opportunity to really get the ball back. They punt here. We do a good job of catching the ball. Davis trying to make some things happen here, and again, he gets stripped from behind. But as I said before, a part of my responsibility is to say, hey, David, fair catch the ball. Let the offense take over that much time to go in and score, and that way it would have taken any doubt out of him trying to make something happen and coming up with a fumble.
Well, Coach, a tough loss, but another great effort. And speaking with some of the alumni, it's a tremendous change in attitude we've seen already, because we're coming into this game against the number 15 team in the country. We're expecting to win yesterday and genuinely disappointed when we didn't win and thought we should have. So a great effort and a great deal of improvement made by this young team throughout this year.
It should be that way. We should expect to win ball games around here and not go in hoping that we're going to win ball games. And that's the attitude we want. Our seniors our football team has really played that way through the course of the season, and I'm looking for great things to happen to this ball club. Now, we have one more ball game left, and so we're still improving ball team, and I'm looking for us to go to Hawaii and give a great effort and win that ball game.
Well, we'll be back with more on the Bob Simmons Show after this timeout. Welcome back to the Bob Simmons Show. Coach, a lot of great performances again this weekend. Why don't you take us through the coach's honor roll?
We did. We had several players that played well on offense. Alonzo May with the 10 catches and really set a record for a tight end. And David Thompson, who went 107 yards. And on defense, R.W. McQuarters has been playing great all year. And it's good to see Alan Mubeli come up with 9 tackles and 2 assists. And Josh Gilbert did a nice job of really getting our offense ready to play.
Well, Coach, as the season wraps up, what's next for the coaches?
Well, it's important that we do a great job recruiting. There's a lot of good players in this state, and we just feel now is the time to really come to Oklahoma State and be a part of what we think is going to be a great program in the future.
Well, truly is a lot of excitement around the Oklahoma State program right now. Want to remind everybody the Senior Football Banquet, the first annual Senior Football Banquet, will be at the Marriott Hotel in Oklahoma City on Monday night, November the 27th. We hope to see you there. Call Judy Weinmiller at area code 405-744-7320 for information. The Cowboys on the road in 2 weeks, playing the University of Hawaii. Follow them on the Cowboy Radio Network. And, of course, this will be our last show this season. We appreciate the sponsorship by our sponsors and the affiliates of this broadcast. And, folks, we appreciate your support and tuning in to watch us every week. We look forward to seeing you again next season, 1996, right here on The Bob Simmons Show. Good night, everybody.